Hello and welcome back to sim.bc, where it is 14:59, so almost 3 o'clock, and we are rocking 10 videos! Woohoo! 10 videos sharp. It happened, yes. We have reached our first kind of anniversary arrival, the 10 video mark. So this is a kind of a huge milestone for me because I actually didn't think I was going to make 10 videos. I thought someone was going to find these videos before I went over 5, someone that I knew, and I would be all embarrassed and just drop the concept. But fortunately enough, I have introduced them to one person, my friend that lives with me, myself, on my own accord. He hasn't found them, and yeah, and he actually hasn't found the videos. So, yay! Um, and no one else has either. So this is something that probably can go on for a pretty long time, and I am super happy with the concept. So yeah, 10 videos. This is more exciting than, I don't know. It's actually something really nice. It's really cool to feel that you have made a series daily for 10 days and you're still happy with what you've done. It's amazing. Okay, so now anyway, back to what I was thinking about today. I have two topics today. One is buy low and sell high concept of buying stocks, because that is something I practiced kind of in my in my resource management simulation system game thingamajiggy. And the other thing is my payment plan for my company. So I'm kind of developed a payment plan. I think I've talked about it before, but I'm going to try and add a short and decisive picture on the screen right here somewhere right now, I hope. Okay, good. If I didn't, and if I don't know how to make that, this is going to be awkward. But basically, what I want to do is telling you that the things that you see on the screen right now, hopefully, is my payment plan. So I divided them into basically a balance sheet. So assets, liabilities, and equity. But I'm treating it as a cash flow. So how much cash is going in and how much cash is going out. So like cash inflow and outflow instead of assets and liabilities, and then the equity will be what the company is worth afterwards. Now, as you can probably see, it is all basically at zero at the moment. So I haven't had a single client yet. But it's only gone 10 days, and I'm just laying the groundwork for something that will work when I do have clients. Feedback on this is appreciated. If anybody watches and wants to weigh in, that's all good. And I have made up that one meeting, a consultant meeting, should be around 1 to 2 hours, and it should cost the client between 50 and 100 euros per meeting. Dependent on the severity of the problem, the time investment from my side, and how many clients I've had, so how much I've done this for. So basically, in the beginning, I will charge people less money for longer hours and more advice than I will do in the end. That's the idea. So that's kind of a coupon, a coupon reduced price idea about the entire payment plan. And then I have the idea of taking 25 to 50 euro per week of internet consulting, so e-consulting. So if I, for instance, do each EHRM, which is basically electronic human resource management via emails, I want to make them so that you and I can have, if you're the client, you and I can have a discussion back and forth in to the best of my abilities and my time, where I can just tell you things, what I think about your problems, and guide you through your decisions via the email, which will require less time investment from my side because I don't have to travel to the place, and I think it's a viable business plan. So that's my payment plan basically. Hopefully, it's going to be on screen at some point. It's all good. It's all good. Then I have the other thing, the buy low and sell high scheme, as I would like to call it. Now, this is a common business practice in reality. Most people do this. Most people who know what they do this. They invest a lot. For instance, this is a bit different in the game and in reality, because if you buy stocks in a company, if you buy them early on and if you buy a lot of them like an angel investor, you will probably double your income or your profit 5 to 10 times as the company grows. In this game, however, you buy kind of, as you can see, as a short-term stock price. So you buy something for a very cheap price with the intention of selling it in a short amount of time. So the bids that are out in the game are based on 20 hours, so that people can go in and they can bid and they can buy and they can practice this sort of system. So they go in and bid what they think that a stock is worth, and basically this is all about the stock price and worth will all be based on the perception of the game population. So if people think that it is worth a lot, then people will bid higher and higher. People will offer more and more money to buy it, which will increase the price of the stock in the game. Now, in reality, this is kind of the same thing that happens, because if you buy stocks in a company, if someone very respected does that, like for instance, if Elon Musk goes in and invests in a company, or Mark Zuckerberg, or Bill Gates, or any other of these huge successful enterprises or personalities rather go in and invest, more people will probably have the perception of that this is something that's probably going to succeed, which will mean that no matter if it succeeds or not, more people would like to invest because they would like to piggyback on the success of these hugely enormous and profitable personalities investing, which will mean that the stock price will go up no matter if it's actually worth that or if it's not. So that is kind of how they work in unison, so the imaginary game and the real world. So it's basically just the perception of what something is worth, and that's something that you learn. Now, I recommend that if you want to go into investing or the stock market or anything, you should try and work with a made-up portfolio, let's say $2,000, $10,000, and you invest in the projects that you deem are profitable. Now, what will happen is that it will mark how much it costed for you to buy a stock and how many stocks you bought, like you imaginary bought with this money, with your capital, and then like 1 year later you will recheck what this stock is worth now. You will gain experience even if you win or you lose. But it is important that you go in with an imaginary capital, because what most people, or some people actually I should say, not most people, but what some people tend to do is that they go in with real money. And sure, real money is better, because if you lose 500 imaginary money, you won't learn as much as you do if you lose 500 of your real money, so to say. If you lose 500 imaginary dollars, nothing is going to happen with your own economy. But if your personalized economy is heavily dependent on these $500 and you lose them, then you're gonna learn a lot, because it's gonna sting and it's gonna leave a stigma on your everyday life for a couple of weeks, days, years, maybe dependent on your economic situation. So, what I say is that you should basically work with this imaginary portfolio first, and then invest with your real money once you've gained some of the experience. Now, I suck at this because I could never. I have friends who is into this. They're trading stocks for the one and to the other, and they're reading up on stocks. And sure, I like that. It's all fine and dandy. I like reading up on stocks. I like talking about stocks. I like speculating about stocks. I like the statistics behind it. I like to see the diagrams going up and down. But I don't have the stomach to invest my own money and see them go up and down. Even in this game, where it's only imaginary money, or imaginary resources, I would say, it is still very hard. I mean, I tried to make some high roll bids. So for instance, I went in and I did some very low bid. I bid like very low, very close to home, so to say, to what I thought it were worth, and left it there. So I bid on like 100 different items before I went to bed. And then when I came up, and then when I woke up, I saw that someone else had been up for like an hour and a half later than me, and bidded on all the same items for just one resource more than I did per unit, which kind of bumped me out, since I didn't win, obviously. But I really thought I was gonna win, and that's something really bad. You shouldn't think that you're gonna win. If you're going to invest, you should invest with money you were allowed to lose, that you are prepared to lose and that you can actually lose. Now, in this game, you get back all the money if you lose. If you don't win, your money is paid back to you and you can reinvest them in something else, which is great for me. But I thought I was going to make this huge profit buying things for a low price and then selling them again when it's more players around, potentially playing on the player perception and gain a higher profit. So I actually didn't sleep that well. Might be because it is the 10th video today again. Woo, happy. But it could also have been because I had all these bids rolled. So, and I had this feeling in my stomach and in my throat, and I just couldn't get over it. So I don't have the stomach for investing, but I would like to have the stomach to invest. So that was all for me. I'm really happy with the 10 video benchmark, 10 video milestone. It is so amazing. It's going to be a really great journey from here on out, and it's going to be educational and all, and I can't wait. Till next time, guys. Bye. Let's make it 25 at least. Milestone.